Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again to go ahead and craft up another good old juicy god roll, and this time we have the Calus mini tool. So here, let me go ahead and tell you what we're going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and give it the enhanced intrinsic range. We are going to go a small bore. We are then going to go hit them up with the flared magwell to kind of help and counteract that reload speed. And we're going to go ahead and put on grave robber, because you know we robbing graves out here. Incandescent, duh. Only SMG that can roll that makes this thing for mob clearing purposes an absolute behemoth truck. I freaking love this perk. Grave robber on this gun is actually pretty neat, especially with Solo 3.0 and how strong some of the melees have been. Dude, especially if you're on a Titan, grave robber on this thing is definitely the move, right? And the enhanced intrinsic version of grave robber does give a little bit of extra reload speed, which is nice. Let's go ahead, craft this bad boy up. 40k glimmer, 12 cores, and 4100 Doritos. And 2 ascendant alloys, duh. Wait for it, let's see that gold juicy border. Wait, what? All right, no cap, I don't know why this doesn't have a gold border, but okay. Still a beast-ass SMG, though. So if you were like me going into this season, you didn't have a Death Adder, which was like the only solar SMG, at least the main one that I could think of before going into this season. However, with the release of Season 17, we finally have ourselves a really good solar SMG. No offense to the Death Adder or anything, but that thing's kind of mid-low-key. This thing's an absolute beast. We're talking about the Calus mini tool. Let's go ahead and talk about its perk combos. Alright, so if we go ahead and pull it up here, here's what we're looking at. So in the third column, you have all these perks. Right now, I'm not gonna lie to you, some of these in the third column are kind of niche, right? But there's nothing that's too like eye-opening immediately, like a subsistence or anything. Now, we do have some pretty solid options. You know, we have things like a threat detector and a grave robber, which could be pretty nice. Not gonna lie to you, I'm not a big fan of air assault still. Unrelenting, I find myself to be just kind of like meh with. Not a big fan of slideways because of its cooldown. And then moving target's definitely pretty solid in PvP. Although the thing about this gun is that its range is a little bit on the low side. Having a base range of 30 is not really the best for PvP. Gun's definitely more of a PvE weapon. So for that reason, I feel like the main two that I would decide here is either threat detector or grave robber. Especially with Solo 3.0, man, some of the solar melees are very strong, especially if you play a Titan, you're bonking away. You're not really going to be reloading this thing that much. And with its base reload being 31, any way to buff that or get around that entirely is definitely going to be pretty nice. And the cool thing about this enhanced grave robber is that it does give a +5 into reload speed whenever you do craft the enhanced version of it, which is pretty cool. And then look, I'm not going to cap it to you. Enhanced incandescent, give me that. Defeating a target spreads a longer lasting scorch to those nearby. More powerful combatants and opposing guardians cause scorch in a larger radius. Yeah, give me that. SMG incandescent. I'm going to be ripping mobs left, right, front, and center. Let me know your god rolls down below and make sure to subscribe.